What's up, YouTube.com? It is your boy John McGarrett's with just day 2 of turning on the camera for the main channel. I don't know what the main channel is supposed to be about, so maybe just random rants, random yaps. So I was thinking, I had all these great inspirations at work that I never wrote down, and I was about to just not do this again because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about because I'm trying to remember all the great ideas I had today while I was at work. But then when I was about to turn on the camera, now I don't remember shit. So whatever. Um, but now, sorry, I'm just drawing a blank. My son just screams for random things. But anyway, the thing I think would probably be the best thing to talk about right now. Maybe I can just restart. Nah, whatever. Just run it up. This channel ain't really. It's just kind of like whatever. Daily vlog, rant, yeah, whatever. And today, I just kind of wanted to. I'm beating around the bush. But today, I just wanted to kind of go into why I think all jobs suck. I've worked a lot of jobs now. I feel like I've been in the labor force for a very long time now, and they all suck, and they have the same types of suck. Maybe it's just me, maybe, whatever, but this is just my experience. And essentially, it just boils down to jobs all suck because nobody cares. I mean, this is going to sound super cringe. I hate saying stuff like this. This stuff makes me feel really icky. Is that businesses have no love. And a lot of people like to say capitalism. People like to say whateverism. Thisism, communism, capitalism, wokeism, blah, 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 blah. But all those things don't actually matter. They have no will in and of themselves. Like all systems in the human experience are made up of humans. So I'm just hard pressed to blame something like capitalism, blame something like even communism or anything like that, or fascism or whatever isms people make up. Because at the end of the day, maybe these are all these systems and stuff. They in a perfect world, communism would work. In a perfect world, capitalism would work. In a perfect world, even fascism would work. In a perfect world, even a monarchy would work. In a perfect world would work, right? So that's not in a perfect society, a perfect capitalist society. Everybody would be really nice to each other. We would use all of our wealth and give everybody the money. You know what I mean? We would just donate all of our money to the poor. And there'd be no more poor people because we'd be making so much. The people who could make money could make so much money. And then what did we do with their extra money? Just give it to poor people, and poor people nobody's in need because now we're all just shaking hands and just giving each other everything we need. And we don't even need taxes because we're just giving them government money because we're all so productive in capitalism and we're making the perfect product and services and serving each other and yada, yada, yada. Then you got communism, and that would be the government, commanding the economy so perfectly, and they would ask everybody. They wouldn't need to take anything from anybody to hand out money or anything like that. Communism wouldn't even really. Everybody would be like, well, yeah, we're communism, but we don't even really need it because we all love, giving everything to everybody. That's the perfect world. And even in a monarchy, you could have a perfect king who's 9 million IQ, and he rules so well that nobody has to even think about their lives for 1 second because he's ruling so well that nobody is in need. So I mean, in all these systems, there's just perfection or the perfectism, whatever. But it all sorry, the world. Don't mind my word salad there. I'm kind of making this up on the fly, but then that leads me to my next question. Then is okay, so if none of these systems are the problem, what's the problem? And I kind of said it before, it's super cringe, but the reason why people feel we need these systems in the first place is because it's kind of like we complain about doctors not treating the root cause. We're just treating the symptoms as they appear. These systems that appear, like communism, etc., or whatever other things, libertarianism. I don't know a lot of the political ideologies and how in depth they are, except for just random commentaries on the internet. But the root of all of these problems is that they're like ibuprofen for a lack of love, I guess. I don't know. And that's why all these businesses suck. there ain't no love, bro. Like, some of us, like back, in a time, a long time ago, at least from my interpretation of the human experience, is that when I was a young kid, there was a lot more community. And as I mentioned this in my last video, and as technology came out, there became less community because we needed each other less. Essentially. Kind of. Okay, that's kind of the same vein what I'm just complaining about. Like, if we need each other more, then we'd be nicer. But no, it's just like, it's a lack of love. You love your parents, you love your siblings, or at least, I'm speaking generally, you're supposed to, or you generally would. You love your children. I love my children. I would do anything for them. I would do anything for my girl. I would do anything for my best friends. I'd try to, I would try to be there for people that you care about. You go out of your way for people you love. And these businesses have none of that. There's zero love in these businesses. And the bigger they get, the less love. It's like they get bigger. So then it's like somebody in a boardroom's like, maybe if we take out all the love in the business, then we'll be more profitable. And then they're like, yeah, dude, that's a great idea. So then you like form these corporate boards, and you're only hiring based on skills. You're not taking like people's consideration. I don't know. That's kind of going away. But I mean, there's just this focus of like, and this is a lot to unpack. I know that now I'm saying this. I thought this would be a lot easier to talk about. Maybe that's why I was so hesitant to even try to talk about it. But but the crux of what I'm saying is just true. The simplest way to put it is there just is no love. Like, every place I've worked at, I love work and I believe in love. And this sounds so cringy saying it over and over again, but I believe in love, serving humans. I believe in purpose and meaning, and I do things. Like, I'm not going to say I'm not selfish, because I'm selfish sometimes. Everybody is. But, like, I try to look for a bigger picture inside of everything I do. Like, for instance, like when I'm just... The simplest way I can put this, for instance, is that when I go to a job, kind of my mentality is like, it started off as, if this was my business, what would I do? Okay, so then when I started having that mentality, I started trying a lot harder. I started pretending, role playing in my head that it was my business. Okay, so then I would start being like, okay, so if I was a lazy piece, if this was my business and this was like my paycheck was based on the sales I made or the work that got done in this little sphere, what would I do? And then it started changing everything. I started getting sick and tired of having nothing to do in the downtimes, which I used to like pray for. I'd pray for downtime and having nothing to do so I could go slack off. But once I started changing my mentality, pretending to make ownership, that business ownership, but it came out of a place of, or it started as that, but what did it evolve to? It kind of opened my eyes more into like the bigger picture of like accidentally I started seeing more of the matrix, is I guess the way to put it. Like, you see more of the bigger picture and then see how every single one of your actions has a direct impact on everything in the world around you. And like the ripple effect, like the butterfly effect, I'm sure this is like kind of like a super generalized thing to say, but it's real. The butterfly effect is real. You don't know how far your actions go, or your inaction goes, or your apathy goes, or your care for the fellow man. And I think it's like, maybe the division of labor has gone so far. Okay, that's just attributing, that's blaming capitalism again. That's kind of going against my main hypothesis here. But because the counter argument to myself when I'm saying that right there out loud is that, well, I care. And I don't know anybody who's in the supply chain, but I still care. You're capable of caring, having love, or whatever. So then I began to like love what I did, because I could understand. Okay, sorry, I'm stumbling because this is like kind of new territory. I thought about this a lot, and I have a lot of feelings and mixed emotions about it and stuff. And you can have the words messed up in your head because nobody else is hearing them. But now I'm here talking to you guys about them, so now I'm stumbling over and I'm anxiously spewing all of it out. But yeah, so like now I'm like seeing the consequences of all my actions a lot more, and it just never stopped, because maybe this is just a part of my personality, but I'm never satisfied with where I'm at. I always want to keep progressing. Maybe that's just a male trait or something, or there's this, it's a human trait that some people probably share, but I am obsessed with progression. As you can see, I'm playing RuneScape, and I've been playing RuneScape for 20 years, so that goes to speak 20 plus years. So that probably goes to speak that I really like progression, but I apply it in video games, and it's just a part of my nature. Whether it came from the video games or it's just always been a part of me. I need to progress. So like the caring about my actions has only been growing more often than not. Like the scale is just me caring more and more and more. And then, you know, that's kind of like probably when you enter like a doomer phase, the black pill. It's like what do I say here? What am I supposed to say? I'm doomer pilled, but it's because I'm in despair because I hurt for the culture. I hurt for America and the world, because that's why I'm sitting here complaining about how there's no love in businesses and why businesses suck and all this other stuff, is because like my last job I had at AMPI, they didn't give like the corp. From my point of view, this is the best way to put it. From my point of view, the actions or lack thereof from the higher you went, there was little clans in the building, each little group. One of the main complaints that you could look on Indeed is API that it's too cliquey. So like this is a result of groups forming, which is just forming a base culture of love inside. So it's a fragmented societies inside of this plant location, where there's these little pockets of people who have love for each other. But as you went up the hierarchical structure, direct supervisors had love over their department, but they didn't give a single shit about any other department in the plant. And then like as you went up the leadership structure, though they may feel differently, and if any of them heard me say this, I can understand them being offended that I'm saying this, their actions said they didn't care. As much as they may feel like they do care, they're not. If you don't do anything, you don't care. I heard somebody say, Jordan Peterson or something. He was like talking to somebody, and then the dude said like, or he said, or I don't remember, but I just remember it stuck out to me. It's like kids, they act up because attention and love are no different. If you give something attention, that means it's like to a human, it is the same as love, because attention is love. So like that's what I'm saying. That has stuck with me, and that's been ringing through my head constantly. The leadership structure has given no attention to, you know what I mean? They're so callous because, you know, they're running their meetings, they're having this whatever, but there's no boots on the ground. The only time that like the corporates people would show up would be to fire people. So like to, you know, in a social sense, like you know, a relationship dies when you fire them. So then it's like there's death. Like when we leave our bodies, death is just separation. So like when you die, you separate from your body. And I know this is like the biggest yap rant of nothingness ever, and I don't care, I guess, but I'm just gonna keep running with it and hopefully something comes out of it. But so like when you are a part of things, those things are your community. So like a job is like your job community. There is supposed, like, you can't just have work life and then personal life. They're all intertwined. And there's no balancing of no love and love. You can't just have 50% of your life be no love and then it be balanced out by 50% of your life having love. The love in the other part of your life maybe allow you to tolerate that other space, to give room for love to come back to that space, but eventually like that kills people as like, you know what I mean? Like I'm way off base here. I'm totally lost. We're at my own conversation. Moral of the story there is like these businesses, I guess I could have wrapped this up in 30 seconds. There's like no, or not wrap up, but like I could have summed up everything I'm trying to say here, stumble out, is like none of these businesses, none of these corporate businesses, and I'd be pressed to find any large scale business, or just like most businesses in general, like Walmart, gas station franchises, any franchise, any whatever, unless somebody like built it with their two hands, where they like initially had passion and love built into it and hired people themselves and worked with people themselves and, you know, handpicked them and then formed relationships with those people, like the company I work for now. It's like they just were like, they just formed a partnership with a bigger corporate company. But before, the company was owned by one person, and he, like, everybody who's worked for him when I started there, they all just like, they spoke nothing but highly of him, and he is like, he would just do things for them that I've never seen anywhere within my first month. Like, within my first week, I think they bought us lunch just because they wanted to buy lunch once a month, just cause. It's not like, you're cool, thanks for all the overtime, you know, we made record profits, here's a pizza party, the meme or whatever. He just do shit like that. And I just got a bunch of clothes from them, which, you know, whatever. Where I'm at now, there is so much love in the business, and there's like this camaraderie, and everybody bullies each other and stuff like that. But the bullying there isn't, it's like back when you did that with your, I'm sensitive to it. I get like super butthurt about like bullying and stuff because I've been bullied a lot by communities and stuff and fell from the outs. But here it's different. It's like, it's the difference between teasing and bullying. But like, I'm so raw from like being actually bullied at all the other companies I have I've worked at, because they hated me. But here, whatever. All I'm saying is like, there's love at this company. So this company in 16 years went from, I mean, okay, I don't remember numbers exactly, but they were profitable enough to merge with a huge corporate company or whatever. And the plant that I'm working at does like 1 million a month in revenue with like, what do you think, how many people are there? It's one shift. Nobody works weekends. There's an office with some staff, a couple salesmen, a couple drivers, one plant manager, one foreman, one shipping director, 3 Bay 2 workers, 4 in the crew next to mine, and then 2 in my crew, so 2, 3. Oh, and then there's Bay 1. They have 3 people, so 3, 6, 10, 11, 12 employees, like hourlies, or not just hourlies, but 12 production workers on one shift, with a small office staff, an HR, a receptionist / HR, and like, it seems super small, but they clear 1 million a month in revenue. Like, it's like, I don't know, and we like, I don't know. It's not like there's not a lot of rules. You know, there's a lot of the people would call common sense or whatever. But the way the shit, you know, it's like a. There's not a lot of rules. There's not a lot of like corporate interference, and there's a lot of love, and they seem to get a lot more done. And we're like, we float in between different. You know, everybody's willing to learn other sections, but like, you get to these bigger companies, it's like, no, nobody wants to step outside their job, because they'll say stuff like, oh, if you do more, they're gonna expect that out of you. Nobody says that at the place I'm at now. I've been there for almost 3 months now. Like, I've not heard that uttered. Whatever. I mean, everybody's got their gripes, and the place isn't perfect and shit. But moral of my little rant here is, I don't know. Moral of the rant is that all businesses sucks. America sucks because there isn't no love, man. There ain't no more love. Nobody gives a shit about anybody anymore. We're all like party politics. We're all about like, you know, us versus them, and nobody can just get along anymore. So this was like the most probably cringiest video I probably ever made, but day 2 is out of the way. Hopefully day 3 is a little bit better. So please subscribe. Catch you later.